What if I told you that one simple mistake you make with water every day could be making it harder to keep your blood sugar under control? Most people think staying hydrated is just about drinking enough water. But after the age of 60, when you drink it, how you drink it, and even what you're drinking instead can quietly influence your body's ability to manage glucose. The surprising part is that many older adults living with diabetes or prediabetes had never been taught the right hydration habits. Some wait until they feel thirsty. Others drink most of their water late in the evening. And many unknowingly replace water with beverages that work against their blood sugar goals. These small habits may not seem important today, but over months and years, they can make a real difference. My name is Dr. Michael Chen. Today, I'll show you the best way to drink water to support healthy blood sugar, common hydration mistakes to avoid, and a simple routine you can begin today using something that's probably already in your kitchen. Stay with me, because one of the most important tips comes later in this video, and it's something many people don't discover until they've been living with diabetes for years. Before we talk about the best way to drink water, you first need to understand why it becomes so important after the age of 60. The answer has less to do with your kidneys than you might think, and more to do with a change that happens naturally as we grow older. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes weaker. That means your body may already be running low on fluids before you ever feel the need to reach for a glass of water. Many older adults assume they're well hydrated simply because they aren't thirsty, but that's not always true. In fact, mild dehydration is one of the most common yet overlooked issues in seniors. Now here's where blood sugar enters the picture. When your blood sugar rises, your kidneys work hard to remove extra glucose from your bloodstream. To do that, they pull water into your urine, causing you to lose more fluid than usual. That's why frequent urination and constant thirst are often early signs of high blood sugar. But the cycle doesn't stop there. When your body loses too much water, your blood becomes more concentrated. Glucose has less fluid to circulate in, so blood sugar readings can appear higher. At the same time, your body releases stress hormones to cope with dehydration, and those hormones can push blood sugar even higher. This creates a frustrating cycle. High blood sugar leads to dehydration, and dehydration makes blood sugar even harder to manage. The good news is that something as simple as staying properly hydrated can help break that cycle. Water won't replace your medications, and it isn't a cure for diabetes. But it gives your body the support it needs to work more efficiently every single day. And this leads to an important question. If drinking water is so helpful, why are so many seniors still making hydration mistakes that work against them? That's exactly what we'll uncover next. One of the biggest hydration mistakes seniors make is waiting until they feel thirsty before taking a drink. It sounds perfectly reasonable, but after 60, thirst is no longer a reliable signal. By the time your body tells you it needs water, you may already be mildly dehydrated. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, that delay can make it harder for your body to keep blood sugar in a healthy range. Another common mistake is drinking most of your water all at once. Some people realize late in the afternoon that they barely had anything to drink, so they quickly finish 2 or 3 large glasses. While that may seem like catching up, your body does better with steady hydration throughout the day. Think of it like watering a garden. A little at regular intervals helps the plants thrive far better than flooding them once and letting the soil dry out again. There's also the habit of replacing water with other drinks. Sweet tea, fruit juice, flavored coffees, soft drinks, and even some healthy bottled beverages can contain far more sugar than most people expect. Even drinks labeled as natural may cause a sharp rise in blood sugar if they're packed with added sugars or lack the fiber found in whole fruit. Then there's a mistake I hear about almost every week in my clinic. Many seniors intentionally avoid drinking water because they're worried about waking up several times during the night to use the bathroom. While that concern is understandable, Drinking too little during the day often leaves the body playing catch-up. A better approach is to drink consistently from morning through late afternoon, then reduce your intake a couple of hours before bedtime rather than avoiding water altogether. These habits may seem small on their own, but together they can quietly make blood sugar management more challenging than it needs to be. So what does the ideal hydration schedule actually look like? The timing may surprise you, because the first glass of water is far more important than most people realize. Let's start with the most important glass of water you'll drink all day, the one you have shortly after waking up. While you sleep, your body goes for hours without fluids. By morning, you're naturally a little dehydrated, and for many seniors, blood sugar is already higher because of the body's early morning hormone changes. Drinking a full glass of water within the first 20 to 30 minutes after waking helps replace those lost fluids and gives your kidneys the support they need to do their job. Before reaching for coffee, try reaching for water first. It's a simple habit that takes less than a minute, but can set the tone for the rest of your day. The next key time is before meals. Drinking a glass of water about 20 to 30 minutes before breakfast, lunch, or dinner may help you feel satisfied sooner, making it easier to avoid overeating. Better portion control often means a steadier rise in blood sugar after eating. It's one of the easiest habits to build because it naturally fits into your daily routine. Don't forget the hours between meals. Instead of waiting until you're thirsty, take a few sips every hour or so. Your body absorbs smaller amounts more comfortably than large amounts all at once. Keeping a reusable water bottle nearby can make this almost effortless. If you see it, you're much more likely to drink it. If you're taking a walk, gardening, or doing household chores, drink some water before you begin and again after you're finished. Even light activity causes fluid loss, especially on warm days, and replacing that fluid helps your body recover more effectively. As evening approaches, continue drinking water, but start slowing down about 2 hours before bedtime. This helps you stay hydrated while reducing the chances of waking repeatedly during the night to use the bathroom. Many seniors find this simple adjustment gives them the best of both worlds. Now that you know when to drink water, there's another question that often causes confusion. How much is actually enough? The answer isn't as simple as 8 glasses a day, and getting it wrong can work against your health just as much as drinking too little. You've probably heard the advice to drink 8 glasses of water a day. It's simple, easy to remember, and for some people it works well. But the truth is, there isn't one perfect number that fits every senior. The amount of water your body needs depends on several things: your age, your body size, the weather where you live, how active you are, and any medical conditions you may have. Someone who spends time outdoors on a hot day will usually need more fluids than someone relaxing indoors in an air-conditioned room. For many older adults, aiming for about 8 to 12 cups of fluid spread throughout the day is a reasonable starting point. But don't focus only on the number. Pay attention to how your body responds. One of the easiest ways to check your hydration is by looking at the color of your urine. A light, pale yellow usually means you're well hydrated. If it's dark yellow or amber, your body is asking for more fluids. If it's completely clear all day long, you may be drinking more than you actually need. There's another sign many people overlook. Feeling tired, getting headaches, having a dry mouth, or feeling dizzy when you stand up can sometimes be early signs that you're not drinking enough water. While these symptoms can have many causes, dehydration is one possibility that's often easy to correct. At the same time, more water isn't always better. Drinking extremely large amounts in a short period can upset your body's balance of minerals, especially sodium. That's why steady sipping throughout the day is much safer than trying to drink several large bottles all at once. And there's one important exception. If you've been told you have heart failure, advanced kidney disease, or another condition that requires limiting fluids, always follow your healthcare provider's advice instead of general recommendations. Your hydration plan should match your specific medical needs. But even if you're drinking the right amount of water, there's another habit that can quietly undo your progress. The beverages you choose throughout the day may be raising your blood sugar more than you realize, and some of the biggest offenders aren't the obvious ones. This is where many people get caught off guard. They believe they're drinking enough water, but they don't realize that the other beverages they enjoy every day may be making blood sugar much harder to manage. Let's start with the obvious one: regular soft drinks. A single can contain more sugar than your body needs for an entire day. Because it's in liquid form, that sugar is absorbed quickly, causing a rapid rise in blood glucose. If this becomes a daily habit, it places constant stress on your body's ability to regulate blood sugar. Sweetened coffee drinks are another hidden problem. A plain cup of coffee is generally fine for most people with diabetes. But once flavored syrups, whipped cream, caramel, or large amounts of sugar are added, that morning drink can contain as much sugar as a dessert. Many people never count it as a treat, yet it can have a significant impact on their glucose levels. Fruit juice often surprises people the most. Since it comes from fruit, many assume it's automatically healthy. But when fruit is turned into juice, most of the fiber is removed. Without that fiber, the natural sugars enter your bloodstream much faster. In many cases, a large glass of fruit juice can raise blood sugar almost as quickly as a sugary soft drink. Sports drinks and energy drinks deserve attention too. Unless you're doing prolonged, intense exercise, most people don't need the added sugars they contain. For seniors taking a daily walk or doing light gardening, plain water is usually the better choice. What about diet drinks? They're generally a better option than sugar-sweetened beverages because they don't cause the same immediate spike in blood sugar. However, they shouldn't replace water as your main drink. Some people find that artificially sweetened beverages increase cravings for sweet foods, making healthy eating more difficult over time. If you enjoy coffee or tea, try drinking them with little or no added sugar. Better yet, keep a glass of water nearby. Alternating between your favorite drink and water is a simple way to stay hydrated without adding unnecessary sugar to your day. Making these changes doesn't mean giving up everything you enjoy overnight. In fact, the people who see the best long-term results usually make one small change at a time. And that's exactly what happened to one patient whose simple hydration habits transformed more than just his blood sugar. Let me tell you about a patient I'll call Mr. David. He was 68 years old and had been living with type 2 diabetes for nearly a decade. He took his medications faithfully and tried to make healthy food choices, yet his blood sugar numbers still seemed to swing more than he expected. When we talked about his daily routine, something stood out almost immediately. He rarely drank plain water. His morning started with 2 large cups of sweetened coffee. At lunch, he usually had a soft drink. Throughout the afternoon, he sipped sweet tea, and in the evening, he'd often enjoy fruit juice because he believed it was the healthier choice. By bedtime, he had consumed several beverages, but very little actual water. Instead of asking him to change everything at once, we focused on a few simple habits. He began drinking a full glass of water within 30 minutes of waking up. He added another glass before each meal. He replaced his lunchtime soda with sparkling water flavored with fresh lemon. Over several weeks, he gradually reduced the sugar in his coffee until he no longer needed it. He also swapped fruit juice for whole fruit and a glass of water. The changes weren't dramatic. They were small enough that he could stick with them. 3 months later, he had lost a few pounds without following a strict diet. His energy had improved, and his blood sugar readings had become more consistent. Along with his medications, healthier meals, and regular walks, these simple hydration habits became another piece of the puzzle that helped him feel more in control of his diabetes. That's the lesson I want you to remember. Better blood sugar doesn't usually come from one life-changing decision. It comes from dozens of small decisions repeated every day until they become second nature. So, if you're wondering where to begin, don't try to change your entire lifestyle tomorrow morning. Start with 1 glass of water at the right time. Then add another habit next week. Those small victories build momentum, and momentum is what creates lasting results. In our final section, I'll bring everything together into a simple daily plan you can remember, along with the most important takeaway I hope you'll carry with you after this video. If you've stayed with me this far, you probably noticed something important. We never talked about a miracle drink, an expensive supplement, or a complicated program. That's because the best support for healthy blood sugar often comes from the habits we practice every single day. So let's put everything together into one simple routine. When you wake up, drink a full glass of water before your coffee or breakfast. About 20 to 30 minutes before each meal, have another glass to help your body start the meal well hydrated. Keep a water bottle where you can see it, and take small sips throughout the day instead of waiting until you're thirsty. If you're going for a walk or spending time outdoors, drink water before and after your activity. Then, as bedtime approaches, slow down your water intake about 2 hours before going to sleep so you can rest more comfortably. Just as important, begin replacing sugary drinks one at a time. You don't have to be perfect overnight. Maybe this week it's replacing your afternoon soda with water. Next week it might be choosing unsweetened tea instead of sweet tea. Small changes are easier to maintain, and those consistent choices often lead to the biggest improvements over time. Remember, water is not a treatment for diabetes, and it won't replace your medications or the advice of your healthcare provider. But when combined with healthy eating, regular physical activity, quality sleep, and the treatment plan your doctor recommends, proper hydration becomes a powerful partner in supporting healthy blood sugar. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's the hardest drink for you to give up? Soda, sweet tea, fruit juice, or flavored coffee? Share your answer in the comments because your experience could encourage someone else who is just beginning their journey. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking it, subscribing, and sharing it with a friend or family member living with diabetes or prediabetes. One simple habit can make a meaningful difference, and sometimes the encouragement to begin comes from someone we trust. Finally, a quick reminder. The information in this video is for educational purposes and should never replace personalized medical advice. If you have heart failure, kidney disease, or another condition that affects how much fluid you should drink, follow the guidance of your healthcare provider. And never stop or change your diabetes medications without speaking with a clinician who prescribed them. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take good care of yourself, stay hydrated, and remember that lasting health is rarely built by one big decision. It's built by small, consistent choices made day after day. I'll see you in the next video.